Hey, how's it going? My name is Sonny Greenwich Jr. I'm going to be talking mostly about the Volt 476 and how I like it as compared to the Audient ID14. So hello everybody, Happy New Year and Happy Holidays. Here to talk to you about my new Volt 476, which I finally received just before the holidays, and I'm really loving so far. I'm going to show you what it does as compared to the Audient ID14, which is this little beast right here. Here are the two interfaces right here. I love them both. And this is the older version. I've been using this for the past 4 years, recording everything I've ever done with it. It's a fantastic little interface. It's really, really great. There's a few things about it that I decided that I didn't like. The Mark II version of this solves some of the problems. It's got two separate outs on the back if you want to use different speakers, for instance. It has that. And also it's got two headphones out on the front if you have anyone recording with you. Now this doesn't have it, but the ID Mark II does have it. Part of the reasoning that I got the Volt 476 was to deal with these issues. It doesn't work exactly as I thought it was going to work. For instance, using the buttons here for the outputs 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So what that does is actually sends those outputs to the actual monitor outputs here, as opposed to what I thought it would do, which is to send it to 3 and 4 output here. As you can see, it's got 4 out, so it's got 4 in and 4 out. So it doesn't actually send to the 3 and 4 outputs here by clicking the button here. It does, however, send that to your main monitor outs. So that was kind of one of the things that it didn't really do what I thought it was going to do. But what it does do, which I really loved, which is the pre's here, and then above, which are the compressor settings, which go what I would call direct to tape. It's recorded to your tracks as you're going through the box. So I'm going to show you what this Volt sounds like. I think it sounds fantastic. I'm going to do it over the Paul Davids solo collab music. This is something that Paul Davids did a couple of weeks ago, put out a track and is letting anyone use it to solo over it. So just go to his channel and you'll see it there. And if you do put your own solo over the track, it's hashtag solo collab and hashtag Paul Davids. So what I've done here is played my mandolin over top of Paul Davids' chord progression. I started out with nothing on it, then I did just the pre's, and then I did the pre and the 1176 compressor thing. I have my high LPR40 on the left hand side, and I have my Lawton Audio LA320 on the right. Pan left or right, you can hear what both those microphones sound like. I did the takes at the same time. Okay, here we go. One of the things I didn't realize that I would really like on the Volt 476, the same on the 276 as well, is the line on the monitor button. It would seem like a simple thing, but on the ID14, it isn't there, and it's just a spinning wheel. This way I can just look and see what the volume is and where I'm at immediately, which is great. And also, you can see here, it's got the same for the headphone jack. So I know that my headphones are off, or I know that my volume is down. Apparently, 70% of you are not subscribed to the channel. Go on down below and subscribe. Hit the bell button, smash the stuff, you know what to do. The other thing this does, you mostly only see on the top end machines, is the actual outputs. Because of the way it's got the 4 ins and the 4 outs, you can use this to run into your external gear. For instance, if you were using an external compressor or an external Neve preamp or whatever else, you can just run this right through and it'll send it directly into your DAW. It also has a MIDI in and out. I'm actually only using the sounds which I have already in the DAW. So I'm not actually using the sounds from the keyboard, I'm just using the keyboard as a controller. Another thing I hadn't thought of, most of the time I actually use the Volt as just my monitor control. In fact, I'd say about 95% of the time I'm not recording with it. I'm actually just using it as a monitor control.
The storm is wailing away out there. It doesn't seem to be too bad at the moment. We've heard that there have been gusts of up to 113 kilometers per hour.
And another thing that I like about it is that it doesn't have, what the Audient does have is a separate app which runs the Audient itself. So with the Audient, I would be running through the ID app and then from that app into Logic, which is the program that I use. So I think in my estimation, what it really boils down to is whether or not you want to have 2 sets of monitors that you use to listen to your music back and forth, and also whether or not you really need the dual headphones. As far as the converters, apparently the converters in the Audient ID14 are a tiny bit better. I couldn't hear the difference. I listened very closely and I really couldn't hear the difference between the two of them. Also, it feels great. It's a solid feeling machine. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you again next week.